Destabilizing Foundations, Episode 4.
The world of Ae'oene contains stories with mature themes. Content warnings are in the episode description.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the world of Ae'oene. Epic Stories Untold. I think that's our title, right? I can't remember at this point. Everything blurs together. Either way,
Yes.
I'm Woos, your GM, DM, and sure enough, that is the lovely voice of our resident druid, I think is what we had named you.
I think so. That tracks.
Yes, MJ, as well as Sapheara is here, as well, all the way from Australia. We're actually recording the morning this time, which we usually do in the afternoon, so it's nighttime for her.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we gotta throw you a bone every now and then. It's so early. Either way, we have an exciting episode for you guys today. If you guys remember 2 weeks ago with our recording schedule, you guys heard the episode that was just Kaldin and Jellen. Interesting stuff, a lot of fun. These two don't know anything about that. They're, as players, don't know anything. We've kept them in the dark. And as characters, they're still stuck in the tavern, which is going to be fun. But in the meantime, we do have a few fun facts for you guys. I think we're going to... Sapheara mentioned talking about your favorite hair to eat, but I think we went over that in episode 1. I think we're going to go over what pets everybody has, because that's always fun. And I personally have a lot to share with that. But I'm not going to go first. I'm going to have MJ, if you would like to start.
I grew up with a menagerie of different pets as a kid, but right now I have 2 lovely little kitties, Dexter and Snickers. Snickers and Dexter are both 15, and Snickers is a goblin, like complete trash gremlin. We have to hide any kind of plastic because she will try to eat it. And then Dexter is the sweetest boy. He is so lovey. He is the babiest, and we adore him. He can do no wrong.
Okay, so Dexter, named after Dexter's laboratory, named after Dexter the serial killer show.
So we got Dexter because his mom sadly died of cancer a couple years ago. And she was a huge Dexter the serial killer show fan. So our sweet, darling baby who can do no wrong is named after a serial killer, yes.
I love that. That's Alyssa's favorite show. She's currently so excited and addicted to Resurrection since it just came out.
Nice.
Love that, though. 15. Man, you got some old cats.
I know. And I actually had to take him to the vet yesterday because he's also asthmatic. And he's been having some, like, sad asthma attack flare-ups, and it breaks my heart. But the vet, other than his, like, asthma, she was like, I can't believe he's 15. He is so perfect. Like, he's so unbelievably healthy. He looks great. Yeah, so hopefully
awesome.
keeping him around a while. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
It's up to y'all for taking care of him so well.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What about you, Sapheara?
Same. I've got 2 cats. I have a 13-year-old called Timid. She's a Himalayan. She's absolutely gorgeous. Very placid. I call her socially antisocial. She'll sit in the same room as you, but she won't come up to bug you. Compared to the complete opposite, Luna, basic cat name. I'm assuming everyone knows the Luna cat. Crazy, absolutely crazy. You put a box down, she'll be in it in 2 seconds, ripping it up and sounding like she's in a WWE fist battle with a cardboard box. Absolute menace.
Love that. I make the same joke with our French bulldog. She'll jump off the couch at her other dogs, and all the time I'm like, WWE SmackDown in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that. Myself, I've got 4 dogs. I say unfortunately, because I don't think it's a big enough house for 4. But we've got essentially sprint racing the bar when it comes to dogs. We've got a French bulldog named Bella. We've got a American bully named Osset. Then I've got my lab. He's the old man, Kenobi. And The biggest is 120-pound Newfoundland named Ahsoka. You can, based on the names, you can guess which two are mine because I'm a big Star Wars fan. In fact, right now I'm wearing a Darth Vader shirt. So, well, those are the pets of the group. I feel left out not having a cat. Not gonna lie, but I think that ends our little fun facts. So, why don't we just get into it? As we zoom in to the Splint Stump Tavern in Navoa, rejoining our lovely friends as the door quietly closes as two of the group leave to go on their own little adventure. The tavern, a lively place. Nobody notices anybody leaving, as there's just an amazing battle of strength between two people in this tavern, with Thalira coming out the winner, literally splitting a stone table in half. The rubble still sitting upon the floor here, and it is a lively place as everybody's celebrating and having a great time as Split, or otherwise known as Bar Talk, comes and delivers to Thalira, and one for you as well, Maeve, your winnings, essentially, as he brings a giant mug of brew out. Oh my goodness. He's never been beat. Oh, I gotta say, I'm impressed. Here you go. You can have one on the house.
It's that giant's blood.
Giant's blood will do it, I guess. My goodness. Well, either way, on the house, and thank you for making the place so lively, especially after recent events. It's...
Oh, thank you. This is great.
Thalira brings the liveliness.
Apparently she does.
Otherwise, it would be deadliness, and I don't like that. Unless I'm doing it.
Yeah, you bring deadliness too. I haven't seen it yet, but I assume you do.
Well, if you guys would like a meal on the house, I'm happy to serve that, especially given what you're here for. I mean, we've already talked about that. But anyway, what can I get you? I'll get it cooking while you enjoy yourselves.
I'm pretty sure we've already got some food.
Who am I to say no to more meat?
More meat it is.
More meat. All right, sounds good. Oh, man, I've served so many meals tonight already. I must have lost track. Either way, I'll get you more. As he steps away and goes to get another meal started. The place is lively, to say the very least, as everybody seems to be having drinks, enjoying themselves. There's probably a total about 6 groups of people here. The 3 gentlemen you had come in with, there's a couple tables of the other 3 or 4 groups. You can tell they're maybe like cliques. They all, with majority of them looking pretty hardy. You can tell maybe a lot of these guys are probably lumber workers working at the local mill, as you had overheard, of course, them talking about that as well. Specifically, the guy you had arm wrestled having worked there as well. So is there anything I want to leave the beginning of this session kind of open-ended at first. I'm not going to guide you all in a direction.
Mm-hmm.
So given the setting, what does Thalira and Maeve do, especially since Thalira doesn't have her normal buddy with her?
Thalira right now is just soaking up the excitement. She's not paying attention. She's being very Thalira. You can imagine one of your dogs running around. We're like, oh my God, I just got this big toy. I love everything. This is so great. Ah! And that's basically Thalira with everybody and finding out where they're from. Like, especially the guy that she arm wrestled, she wants to know his story. You are good. How did you learn that?
He looks at you as you say that, and you kind of, from the experience last time, you experienced and saw that he was kind of more of a quiet fella, kind of keep him to himself, but also very confident as well, given obviously how he challenged you to the arm wrestle, right? As he's a little more reserved, he's stayed at that table on the part that didn't crack off, so it's only like half a table now, and he's just stayed, did not care, even though the table's pretty much ruined. He's just, dealing with it and accepting it. And well, growing up, I had some brothers, and when you're the youngest and the smallest, you got to learn to stand up for yourself. And of course, we can't get in trouble fighting all the time. So we had to prove ourselves arm wrestling. And again, being the smallest, you got to learn a trick or two.
I understand that. I was not exactly smallest, but I was only child, kind of the odd one out. I had to fight for my friends.
Yeah, you being small, I don't think I could imagine that.
Among my people, I could be.
That's a fair point. Well, from I guess oddball to oddball, mad respect.
You as well.
Absolutely.
Or should we
He's-
pick this other side up? Do you have any tricks up your sleeve?
No. Bartok will take care of it. It'll be all right. And he stands up and raises the mug. To Thalira!
To Thalira!
The only one to best me in the town, you a bunch of saps. Everybody stands up.
Woo!
Thalira!
Yeah! I know her!
Thalira shouts in victory and celebration. Drink your ale. It makes you strong.
And everybody takes a big ol' series of gulps. And the place gets even livelier as it erupts in noise and sound. Celebrations continue. People sharing stories, having a good time. You actually see, as at one point, two guys kind of break out into a fight, and Bartok kicks them out and like, take it outside. You know the rules. And you can look out the window, and sure enough, in the mud in front of the horse stable, they're just going at it.
Hey, Kaldin, take a look at this. Look what we're doing. Kaldin? Maeve! Where's Kaldin?
Kaldin and Jellen went off to talk to the apothecary.
What? They didn't say anything to me?
You're busy showing them who's boss.
Are they okay? This is not okay.
I think so.
Kaldin does not go places alone.
He's with Jellen.
He doesn't know Yellen.
It was Jellen's idea. They're going to talk to the apothecary because he feels like she might not be saying everything she knows. So I thought it was best that we don't overwhelm her by having all of us rock up, because then she'd be defensive. So they are going, and I guess you're stuck with me for tonight.
Or are you stuck with me?
The smile in your face when you said that. Oh my god. I wish people could see the video of this to see Thalira come out in you when you're playing.
And Thalira says that and looks up, because I am not going to be anywhere near okay until I know that Kaldin is back.
Okay.
So we are going to sit here.
Okay.
And Thalira plops herself down on a seat facing the door and has her ale there, and she's just staring. She has heart. She doesn't have brains.
Okay. Sure. We will stare at the store. But I feel like they will let us know, maybe, if they need us.
How?
Yellen does magic stuff. Maybe he'll pray and we'll find out. I don't know.
I give them 1 hour.
Like
And then we go look.
3 hours.
So many things could happen in 3 hours.
Yeah, but so many things can't happen in 3 hours.
Like if they are in trouble in 3 hours, we can not get to them in time.
I have faith in our friends that they can not die within 3 hours.
I do not like this.
I know you don't, but I also feel like if we run in any way, if they're trying to like talk to this person or sneak around, we might kind of scare her. And then
Her
maybe
be scared. Maybe we get some information.
Or, and hear me out, we trust our friends to not fuck this up.
I trust Kaldin completely.
Exactly.
I don't trust others.
Well, Jellen isn't quite loud, so I don't think he's going to scare many people.
He is very quiet, isn't he?
He is very quiet.
The door opens, and one of the guys that was outside fighting, human, covered in mud, comes in with an arm raised, and the whole place, he wins again! He wins again! What? How many weeks in a row is this? Third one, third week. Everybody erupts. You can tell maybe this is a common occurrence. But as the door is opening, he's walking in. Maeve, what are both your passive perceptions, actually? I don't think I know them yet.
10. I have a 10.
10? We have a 10. Luckily, this is going to be easy to notice, as even a fair amount of the bar is going to notice this.
I believe it's a 14. Let me see. Yes, 14.
Okay, 14 is definitely enough. 10's a little on the low side, so you're not going to notice it right away, but it's not going to take long, because as this door is opening, Thalira, you notice as you look past Maeve out the door. Maeve, you're so entranced in this conversation and trying to convince Thalira it's okay, and like, oh no, how do I get this big oaf under control? You don't notice at first. But as the excitement of the bar is going, you do notice a couple people quiet down, and you hear just underneath everything, oh, what's that? Is that a floating ball of fire? What? I've never seen that before. And Thalira, indeed, you notice looking past that dude as you got excited for a moment, of course, seeing somebody win a fight. There's indeed just a floating ball of fire just slowly moving through the town, and it's just passing behind the dude.
Maeve?
Yep.
Maeve.
Yep.
Look.
What is it? Oh,
That's a floating ball of fire.
I feel like we keep attracting floating balls of fire.
Well, are we going to go and, take care of it or something?
How much alcohol have you consumed?
Not enough to make me explode. If I get a fire on me.
Well, then we're good to go. Let's go. Be prepared for all possibilities.
And sure enough, the floating ball of fire disappears past the door edge, and you see it appear for just a moment. What's that?
Hide
What
the
the fuck?
alcohol.
Yeah, the water.
Did you see that? That was... You hear more people starting to notice and keep going over to the window, looking as it just slowly keeps on floating by and past the tavern.
I'm following it. Maeve,
Yep.
are you coming?
Yep. I am behind you.
All right. So you guys barrel out the door, past the dude who's celebrating.
Moths.
Literally.
Like moths to the light.
It's so shiny.
All right. As you all step outside, you can kind of hear the light, like flicker of the fire, but it's very soft and it's just very eerie going through an old lumber town in the dead of night.
Are you alive? Are you fire?
You get no response.
Hey, Thalira, you know how you were worried about Kaldin?
Yes.
We're literally walking towards the light.
Don't tell me this. This is why I keep Kaldin around, because he would tell me not to do stupid things like follow a fire.
I mean...
Continues going. And the way this tavern is positioned, it's near the port where the docks are, but the town extends out to more the southeast. The town extends that way from the docks. So the incoming trailhead comes in just at where the tavern is to Nevoa. That's why the horse stable is right outside the tavern. And sure enough, it goes past the sign that says City of Nevoa, and very slowly just continues on as if it's going down the path.
This little light of mine
It's going at like a solid 4
Could
miles
I
an hour.
roll to see if I recognize this as like an elemental or if this is just a random thing? Like, how can I investigate this?
You can, if you're trying to do it like magically, in this case, like trying to identify like an elemental, you could do an arcane check. You could do a nature check to see if this is just like natural magics or of the natural world, or if it's not of this world, you'd be able at least be able to recognize that. Arcana check would
Okay.
also probably help with identifying like if it is from another realm, what realm it would be.
I think I would like to roll nature, if that's okay.
That's
It's
perfectly
only
fine.
thing Thalira might have a shot at. Oh, no, that's a 9.
Nope.
Nope. She has no idea.
With a 9, floating ball of fire in nature, 9's not great, so you're not going to get a lot. But given being a Goliath and the history of the Goliath people, you spend quite a bit of time in nature. Y'all generally, especially where you come from, you don't spend a lot of time in the cities, so you understand the natural order of things a decent bit. Maybe not in an educated manner, but in more of a wisdom, life experience matter. Floating balls of fire generally are not naturally occurring.
Thalira just points at it. I don't get it. It's not natural.
I guess that means it's unnatural?
Thank you. I made that connection.
You're
I
welcome.
don't make many, but that was one.
I'm so proud of you. Look at us bonding.
So what the fuck is it?
Can I do an arcana check?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a roll.
Just for funsies. 17.
Oh, nice.
17, that's pretty good. Okay, with an arcana of 17, and given your backstory, you're somewhat educated, being from Rothdare, but you didn't exactly go to like an arcane school by any means. But you know magic well enough to know that as you kind of reach out to this and get a sense of its arcane signature, maybe its origins, understanding it's not natural, but that doesn't mean it can't be natural magics. When you reach out to it, it feels familiar in a sense of not necessarily being like the same being by any means, but the magics involved seem very familiar to your event on the ocean.
I'm not sure if you're feeling this too, but this flame reminds me a lot about the incident on the boat. I just can't put my finger on it.
That would connect. Is it maybe elemental?
Possibly? But are elementals this tiny?
Why not?
I guess.
Maybe it's a baby. Are you a little baby elemental? Or are you just a small elemental? And Thalira is asking the thing.
Right. And are you guys walking alongside it as it's just kind of slowly floating down the cart path?
Yeah.
Can I just do a perception check as well to make sure there's like no one around us leading us to doom?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And as you ask it again, it flickers in a way fire does, and you get no actual response that you can tell of at least.
18.
18 in perception. You take a look around, and it's in middle of the night. The three moons shining overhead. You have a decent bit of moonlight to work with, but a lot of shadows casted in a thick forest. You hear the lapping of water coming from the Gulf of Creole, not far off, and see no one. Hear a howl of a wolf somewhere in the distance. But from what you can tell, you seem to be alone. You do notice as well as you can't hear them anymore, having walked far enough away, but you do know, having come from there, and can also look back and still see that there's less than there was originally, but 2 or 3 people still standing outside the tavern, kind of looking down the cart path at you guys.
Well, following a floating light at nighttime wasn't on my to-do list tonight, but I guess here we are.
Thalira is going to mutter under her breath some things in Giant mainly at the elemental. I am going to call you my little light, and you are very beautiful little light. And I wish I knew what you were, the little light. And then maybe eventually singing this little light of mine.
I love this.
Just
This is great.
muttering in giant.
To pause the immersion for a second, I love that y'all are starting to come into your characters. It just fills my heart. I literally love listening to you guys roleplay. Anyway, yeah, as you're kind of muttering this, kind of walking along with it, you see nobody around. The sounds of nature essentially kind of filling your ears with the light flutter and flicker of the fire. So honestly, it's very serene, very relaxing as you all are walking along with this. And you walk with it for a while. 20 minutes goes by. And it's as the cart path goes around a couple curves, it seems to follow the cart path, not going into the woods.
You've named it already, haven't you?
Yes.
What did you name it?
I named it, she gives the giant word for little light.
Giant little light.
Unfortunately, Maeve, I don't think you would understand
No.
what it means in giant.
No.
It's just funny. Giant little light.
Another half hour goes by. Probably been about an hour now since you left the tavern, as it just continues on. And at this point, Larry, you notice, again, having the higher passive perception, you notice first. But you'll both notice here in a second. There's, I hesitate to call it a flicker. It's more like a glitch or a rip in space. That's really hard to see. It's not obvious like you'd think in movies where you have a rip in time and space, and it's more like when you see heat rising off of concrete in the middle of the summer and the vision kind of gets wavy from the heat waves, but a little bit more concentrated in a spot ahead of you, and you can even see it through the moonlight.
Oh, that's weird. Do you have much like a magical detection kind of?
I think so. Just give me 2 seconds.
Because that spot is a little, it's like mirage. It's wavy, weird. Little light, don't go too far, she says in giant.
Oh. I cast Detect Magic.
Cast Detect Magic?
Yes.
All right. And when you cast Detect Magic to see what it is, you see that it glows in a very vibrant and strong orange. And you know that when you're looking into the arcane view of things, the stronger and more vibrant the color, the higher level of magic generally, or which makes it kind of hard to determine sometimes, or more fresh, right? Because over time, an arcane signature will begin to fade. This one is currently active, and it is very bright and vibrant orange, which you know is for the School of Conjuration.
This is powerful magic.
What is the wavy bit?
What?
The weird wavy bit?
Yes. It looks like it's conjuring something.
Oh, that is not
It's
good.
definitely from the School of Conjuration. I can't say
What
that
is
word.
it conjuring?
I don't know. Maybe we should.
Little light, watch out. Something might be coming out at you.
Maybe it's the mother.
The little light continues towards it.
Little light?
Y'all can't see this. Audience, Sapheara's holding like an orb of light she's using to stay awake. And it's the perfect representation.
I feel like you're just like making this up because I have it with me.
You're pondering her orb.
It is flickering and continuing on in a direct path towards this glitch.
Thalira is going to
hide.
God, she's such a dumbass. She's such a dumbass. She's going to run up and try to catch the little light. It's fire. She knows it's gonna burn, but like.
Didn't Kaldin say don't touch fire?
Okay, so you touched the little ball of light.
She's not smart. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead, hurt me.
Yeah, as you sit there and you try to like catch it and swipe at it, like, no, don't go. You end up taking 9 fire damage as indeed your arms just...
It's hot.
It's obviously hot. It's fire. And as you get closer, it gets hotter. But it is insanely hot in its core. Like as your arm passes through it, it's extremely hot inside of it. More so than like, a bonfire would be.
Oh, you've got spirit.
You've got about 20 feet before it gets to this glitch in space.
That thing is weird. Don't go up there. And she's trying in all of the languages she knows, and none of them are a primordial language of fire, but...
Yeah, I don't think it's Kaldin we need to worry about.
Oh my gosh. I will give you all one last thing if you want to do anything before it gets there.
Let's see what I have up my sleeves.
Can I throw something at the weird wavy spot?
Can I throw
Yeah,
something
absolutely. What are you throwing at it?
Let me see what I have. What can I throw at it? I don't really have a lot of stuff. So I will throw one of my torches at it. I won't light it, but I'll just throw the unlit torch at the area.
Yeah, as you throw the torch, it begins toppling end over end and doesn't have very far to fly. So very quickly it hits that spot, and a flash of light, not bright enough to like blind you by any means, but a flash of light, like a lightning strike for a moment. And your torch does not hit the ground. No longer there.
Things hit the ground when you throw them unless they hit something else first. I know this. Where did that thing go? Where did the torch go?
I don't know. Maybe it's a conjuration magic. Of course, it's a portal. It's probably gone through it.
Is that where?
As the ball of fire comes up to it, it's moving slower than you would have thrown your torch. And you watch the light starts to flash and grow again as it slowly goes through this glitch in space.
Can I
disappears.
do one thing quickly
Yeah.
first?
What would you like to try to do?
I was gonna do Dispel Magic.
You can certainly try. What level are you casting Dispel Magic?
Third level?
Third level.
But to do it, I need to take out my little musical instrument. So I was gonna, while we were throwing stuff, because we had that little bit of time, I was just gonna take it out and strum it a few little strings.
Okay.
And cast, third level Dispel Magic. And use the charge for today.
Okay. So you're gonna need to roll a d20 and add your spell casting modifier.
Okay.
The DC is 17.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Oh, I got 13.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A 13 is not high enough. So as you pluck a couple strings, and Thalira, you notice it's the first time you've seen Maeve play an instrument, or even let alone, I think this might be the first time you've seen her have one, because Maeve, if I remember correctly, you hide it, don't you?
Oh, yeah, true. Maybe I don't have it on me. Let's just ignore that then.
No, you're fine. I mean, I think we had discussed you having it. It's just you managed to keep it hidden pretty well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the first time you've seen that. But sure enough, as you strum, some of your arcane energy reaches out, and it seems to bounce back and not have any effect. As the little ball slowly moves through it, the light around it literally encapsulating the sphere of it as it slowly goes through and doesn't come out the other side. Because this one's going a little slower. You hear it as it's going through a
little light.
Oh, goodbye. No.
I'm curious. What would happen if...
No.
I'm going to try something.
Okay.
And Thalira sits down for a minute, and you can tell, like, she gets this pained expression on her face as she's thinking really hard. And, ow. Oh, I had an idea. It hurt. And And she pulls out the rope from her bag and ties it around another torch, stands back from the portal, and chucks the torch in, holding the other end of the rope.
Okay.
Phew, I thought you were going to go yourself into the portal. This is a much better idea.
And sure enough,
I thought about sticking my arm in, and I'm like, Thalira's not that dumb.
that's so funny.
She's not suicidal.
Well, it is a good idea because sure enough, the flash of light goes through and the rope continues with it. And sure enough, you hear that. And it's just constant at this point. It pulls, and the rope stops pulling as you assume the torch has hit its destination or something. But it does not stop as soon as it goes through. It
Okay.
continues pulling for a moment.
And then I pull the rope.
You pull the rope, and the torch almost feels like it hits a wall. And then it comes like up. You know, you ever pulled like something over like a gate or a wall or something like that?
Yeah.
It feels like it hits a wall and it kind of comes up and kind of and onto the ground in front of you.
Huh. It's a door.
I don't think we can knock on it, so I'm not quite sure what to do.
Well, they know I'm here.
Well, I guess you did just technically knock. I guess we'll wait for the who's there.
Do you think that this little light's home?
Sure. I believe that every little light finds its way home.
I want to look in.
What would Kaldin say in this position?
He would probably hem and haw and be like, I can't do a Kaldin voice. I cannot do an impression of Kaldin. It would sound weird. He would hem and haw and tell me that that's probably not the best idea, and I wouldn't listen.
That's probably not the best idea. I don't think it's okay to go through random doors.
Thalira stands up and walks over.
The fact that Maeve just goes, that's fine, I'll do a Kaldin impression. Which totally fits, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Thalira, don't go through the door. That's all I've got.
The next thing that she does is take a stick, like a branch that has still green leaves on it, and does the same thing with the rope because she, again, does not have a death wish.
Of course. So you're trying to figure out,
Like-
essentially, if the live leaves are going to be live when you pull it back out.
Exactly.
You're really smart.
Yeah.
That's a genius idea.
You do that, and when you pull it back out, you grab, and you notice this with the torch as well, but you weren't looking for it. In this case, you are, and so you notice it. The branch seems warmer, and nothing's dead, but the leaves look drier, just by a hair.
It is warm there.
All
All right, I'm going in.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Should we put a rope around you?
Maybe.
I grabbed the rope and tied around her wrist.
Okay. Sounds good.
You might want to tie around my waist. I am heavy, and a wrist is not an easy place to pull from. I don't want to dislocate my shoulders.
I'm sure your shoulder's tough enough not to get dislocated, but I do see your point. Let me correct this error right now. And then I tied around her waist instead. Super tight.
Thank you. Also, if you
Full-on
pull
scalp.
on armor, the armor will not compress. My skin will.
Yes. I am well aware how armor works. Thank you. I will stay here and please scream if you need me to jump in after you. Or maybe we need a safe word.
I don't know if you'll hear me. What
Oh.
if I tug the rope?
What about a hand
I go
gesture?
tuk 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 with the
Oh.
rope.
Yes. I was gonna, yeah, that's a smarter idea. I think maybe a hand gesture of like a thumbs down might not be sufficient.
If you can even see it.
Yeah. Rope tug sounds, we'll do that.
I love how professional Maeve is, and then like Thalira seems to be, even on the other episodes, Thalira seems to be able to be the one to like get Maeve to come out of her shell a little bit, and it's just so funny when you go right back into it, and she's like, adventure mode, got to be professional. I get such a kick out of it. All right, Thalira, as you come up to this, having now rope around your waist, wrapped around your armor, you go up to this shifting, kind of waving glitch in space. You kind of look around it. You see it's not huge. It's not like it's taking up a large amount of. You're gonna have to crawl through this, most likely.
Okay. She drops down and she army crawls through.
Yeah. When I say armor crawl, I mean it's on the floor. Like you like
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's about. I'm 5'6". It's about waist height for me. But like
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
like, you have to. Yeah, you kind of have to go arms and head first type of thing. And as you do, you can hear again the kind of hissing, sparking kind of sound as you go through, and you arms first in your head, and you kind of pop your head up as you're halfway through. You take in the view of what seems like a dry Sahara, and you're near the edge of a forest. There's two rivers that maybe half a mile in front of you can see that seem to be flowing, almost like twin rivers, you'd say. And behind it is a forest on fire. But the branches and the leaves don't seem to be burning. And you can see not just the one, not two, more like a baker's dozen of little floating balls of fire, kind of floating around and moving in different ways.
Little lights. Are you burning the forest?
As you look, no. There's fire burning, raging like a forest fire. Massive amounts of it. Trees don't look burnt, though.
Is this your home?
When you also look around, you can kind of it's daylight here, where it's night. We're in the northeast of Nitrotari. But you look at the sky, and it's not the sky you're used to on Ae'oene. A little more orange, less sparkly because of the sulfur in the air and the atmosphere of Ae'oene. This is less of that, more like a muted orange. But you do see the three moons of Ae'oene. You notice as the atmosphere, it's not just a muted orange, it almost kind of flickers slightly, and it's all the colors that you generally will see in fire. And you even see a little bit of blue flash in there every now and then. You hear the roaring and flickering of fire all around. Other than that, it seems to be...
I don't think I am home anymore. Okay. Thalira doesn't want to leave because she wants to know what's going on, but she also realizes that Maeve doesn't know if she's alive or dead right now. So she's going to turn around and look back to make sure she can see the little...
Yeah, you can see rope, like hissing, like little, flashes of light around it with the hissing sound right behind you.
Oh, perfect. We need to, come back to this place. And she's going to actually go back out through the portal and...
Okay. As a big Goliath woman plops back out the other side.
I live.
I'm glad I don't have to tell Kaldin we killed you.
Well, you didn't do anything.
Yeah, you have a point there.
There is a forest with flames but not on fire, and lots of little light, and sky is different. It's more orange, and then there's still three moons. I don't know where I went,
Okay.
but it is not here.
Can I roll a history check or something if I know what this might be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Watch me fail.
History would be a good one.
Could I do another nature check to see if maybe I could think of a biome it might be in?
Yes. Yeah, history could probably work. Or sorry, not history, nature.
I'll roll it.
No, I'm sorry. I meant nature. If you want to roll nature, you can. That would work,
okay.
Yeah.
I'll say I will roll history and we'll laugh about it. But
what's your history check, Sapheara?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, yeah. With a dirty 20 in history, kind of think back to some of the things you were taught and some of your schooling from early on. Talking about it jogs your memory and reminds you of just some of the, what would you say, foundational teachings about Ae'oene and its celestial kind of foundations. And a lot of the stuff they teach is fairly vague, but you do remember Ae'oene, the planet you're on, is considered the material plane. And you don't remember maybe all of them by any means, or even maybe specifics, but there are mirrored planes, which essentially almost are like overlapping realms of existence that are still on the planet of Ae'oene, but aren't on the planet of Ae'oene. They're literally mirrors of different things. Remember, there's the primordial plane, which is of the elements. You remember there is the ethereal plane, which is where you'll find a lot of souls and ghosts and things of that nature. And there's a variety of others.
Okay. From what you're describing, Thalira, it sounds like it might be a mirror world. Essentially, it's a world that's a mirror image, but it tends to host different beings. There's the ethereal realm. There's the primordial realm. There seems to be normally souls in the ethereal, so I'm not quite sure what this one could be.
It did not feel very ethereal out there.
Okay.
It felt very solid.
Very solid?
But fire everywhere. I mean, the little lights, and then it was warm and dry, almost like desert. And I mean, there was the forest in the background. There were twin rivers. And yes, it was just flames. It was like the trees were on fire, but nothing was actually being consumed. It was like the flames were just, hovering around it.
Interesting. It sounds a bit like the primordial planes. They don't teach us much about realms. It's more about slashing and stabbing, but...
Would that be how the elemental got out to us then? Perhaps it came from here.
That's a really good idea. Did you see anything that looked similar?
No, just the little lights, but if a big light could get out, it could be a big fire. I mean, the little light had a big punch.
Yes. I think how maybe we both go in and we leave a note saying, sorry, Kaldin and Jellen.
I think we wait for them to come back and then we all go together because perhaps one of them knows how to speak to them. I don't.
No, we definitely, I can 100% confirm none of them or us speak primordial. By the fact that the creature started talking to us on the boat and none of us had an idea what they were saying. Everyone looked very confused and a little bit frightened.
Good point.
Yes. Also, the thing about rifts and portals is they do tend to have a time limit, and I'm not sure what might come out of it.
Well, then I don't know when it's going to close with us on the other side.
That is true.
I'm not getting stuck in fire.
Was it burning fire?
That is a shitty way to die.
Well, yes. I will go in, and you stay here, and just,
No.
if I don't come back,
Maeve.
tell them, sorry.
No. You are not going in. I will not allow it.
Then what do we do? There is a portal open to another realm.
Well, we have an answer for how the elemental got here. We are not going in. Not without everyone here. I am not letting you die in fire alone.
But you just went in there.
I was there for a couple seconds. I am not going in and exploring because I am not... I do not have a death wish.
Well, neither do I, but I don't think it's
We have a job. We are here to find the missing children who disappeared into a mist. Tell me. I understand the elements here. What is mist? It is wet. What does not mix with fire?
heat, sure, fire, but where we are, where we're located, where the missing children are going, we now have found a rift in the plains and a portal. I feel like there may be a connection, if not a strained one, but one nonetheless. Rifts like this don't just pop up out of nowhere, especially undocumented. Like, normally people know about this. No one knows about this. A light has gone through an entire town and gone into a portal, and we were attacked on the ocean by an elemental in the location of where missing children have gone missing.
Okay, then perhaps another portal will appear, we find another light, and we follow it in, okay? You are not going in alone. Not happening.
Then we go together.
I'm not having this close on me.
Just want to see.
I don't know this portal. I think we need to find the
And
others.
what if something comes out?
Let's put a marker around this thing and, like, have a do not go here, like, big X or something. For everyone at home listening, I have my arms. I've been gesturing with my arms crossed in an X for, like, the last 20 seconds, and...
It's a good arm workout.
No.
No!
Oh
Hard
my
pass.
gosh. I just now have to imagine everything Thalira's done up to this point, knowing that she talks with her hands immensely.
Oh, absolutely.
Half the time, if you can't hear her, you know what she's saying just due to the arm gestures.
It's a good thing Kaldin is so much shorter because the gestures just go swoop over his head.
Oh, God. I didn't even think about that.
And it was this big!
Every now and then, Kaldin just has to be like, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Just duck for a
Just
moment.
duck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Got hit by one of those too many times.
Thalira's being emphatic again.
Exactly.
One time it'll get him. One day.
All right. Well, you guys have debated for a bit.
I don't think putting a sign is going to stop a elemental or primordial being from coming into
No,
this
she's
town.
not worried about the primordial. She's worried about the other, like, people from the prime material plane who might stumble in. And...
The drunk ones.
This is in the middle of a cart path that leads
Yeah.
to Nevoa. This is the, like, you guys could tell, like, from having left and how this, and this is, like, for land travel, this is the primary road into the town.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, like, see the tavern from here by any means anymore. You've gone around a couple curves, but you had walked for about an hour, probably about a mile or so out of town. Mile and a half, maybe.
I just start tying the rope around myself.
Yeah, so Thalira is going to search around and find, like, twigs and branches that she can put in a big circle around the portal.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to tie the other end to a rock or a tree or something and walk into the portal.
Oh, my jaw just dropped.
Maeve?
It's just a little bit.
Are you,
This
like,
is
going
what-
all the way in, or are you just kind of, like, putting your top half in to see?
We'll do top half. I get roped up, safety precautions in place,
Right.
very strictly by the book.
So yeah, as you put your top half in, you see the same thing Thalira did. A forest on fire, but nothing's burning. You see, you can't necessarily hear them over the sound of the roaring of flames and flickering of the little balls of fire. But there are two twin rivers that go by in the distance just before that forest that you see out there. And you are surrounded by Sapheara, shrubs and small trees every now and then. All of those on fire as well, but not burning. And you see several little flickering balls of flame floating and moving around in random patterns. You can't really necessarily tell any distinct pattern from them. And it is very, very warm.
I leave the I pull my head back out. Like, yep, that's definitely elemental.
Thalira just looks over and is like, wait a second. just seeing the ass end of Maeve just sticking out of this portal.
Armor and all. Like...
Just hearing those.
What Maeve pops her head out to find is Thalira's hands on the rope, ready to yoink her.
I can see it already.
If you were to take another step in, it would have been a step forward and a giant pull backwards. You would have been very confused because your step forward caused the backward movement.
Thalira is not letting this happen on her watch.
Yes, I can see how that would be confusing. Definitely primordial elemental. I don't think that there is anything to hurt us there as yet. But we should at least, I don't know, explore it or close it off or turn it off or blow it out. Something to remove the giant gaping realm entryway that has been placed in the middle of a main road.
What do you think I am trying to accomplish here?
Oh, I thought you were
I
just...
cannot close portal. I do not know how. But I can warn people of portal. Do not go.
Yeah, but the thing you need to know about people is when you tell them not to do something, they do it.
Well, then that is on them, and it is not on me for not warning them. I am not responsible for their own stupidity. Trust me. I know.
Okay. Well, I guess we shall make a circle of sticks to defeat this portal.
We're not defeating a portal. We are marking where the safe road is.
Okay. What if we just make a new road around it? I'm grasping at sticks here.
See, I have the sticks and I do not have paving materials.
Okay. Sticks it is.
What, with how big Thalira is, do you have like sticks or are you like chopping down small
No, she
trees?
has logs.
Okay.
She has logs.
I was going to say. Just for the visual here, I'm like, I can't tell if she actually has sticks or if she's over here chopping down small trees.
Again, think of puppies. Anytime you think of Thalira, when a puppy brings you a stick that it's really excited about and it's 4 times the size of the dog, this is what we're talking about.
I know all too well. Like, we've got the Frenchie, and she'll, like, bring a little tiny stick. It's, like, this big. And then I've got my Newfie, who we took swimming one time, and she pulled a log that was, like, super long and huge. And she's just tilts her head one side trying to hold it up, and I'm like, how are you even carrying that? And because she's a pulling dog.
She's like, I got a stick.
Right. She's a massive dog, and she was bred for pulling carts, so she has this massive stick pulling out. I was like, oh my, I got a picture of it somewhere. It was hilarious. That's just what I'm imagining with Lyra right now. Just this massive log that weighs like 400 pounds or something like that. I've got the sticks.
Okay. Plant the sticks. And
I mean, in reality, Thalira could just full on do like the Highland Games log toss.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Just chuck a tree branch and like pile them around, because that would prevent people from being able to get into this damn portal. That's for sure.
Right. So are you completely making it impossible to get to? Or are you just like stacking logs around it to like warn?
I'm stacking logs around it in a way that also will make it very hard for people without her strength to move.
You're building a house around it.
They would have to make a concerted effort.
So they wouldn't be able to just walk or like climb over. Like it's
No,
okay.
no.
That's going to take some time for sure to do. How long are you wanting
Okay.
to spend here?
I think she'd be fine with spending about an hour doing that.
Okay. Okay, roll me. See just how well in an hour you can get this done. Because thinking of having to gather the logs and then also position them in a way that's literally going to make it hard for somebody to physically access this portal. Roll me.
I was going to ask, could I use any attack bonuses because Thalira's main weapon is an axe,
Right.
and she can go big lady and just yoink
Right.
trees out.
Yeah, I'd be good with that. I was going to do an
Yeah.
athletics check for just the
Okay.
that, but I'm
Cool.
good with
Yeah, that
I'm good with
works.
doing an attack with your axe on how quickly you're being able to chop things.
I just want to put my hand on Thalira's arm and go, "You've got this," and give her guidance.
Well, thank you. It's actually same roll, regardless.
Oh, okay.
And oh my god, that was a 24.
Nice.
That's before guidance?
That was before guidance, yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no.
Oh, that's a 28.
Ow. Yeah.
Half
With-
an hour.
With
Full house.
sheer efficiency. One swing, trees are falling, and not even having to like carry them over there. Thalira just yoinks them, and they just seem to land in perfect alignment around this thing, basically creating a wall of wood.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right. And sure enough, it's somebody would have to go through a concerted amount of effort to try to access this rift in space.
She missed her calling as a logger.
Let me tell you, if anybody from Neveo sees this, they're probably going to be really impressed.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to town, see if we can find Kaldin.
Yes, we should do that. Yeah, let's go.
All right. You all begin walking back, following the road back to Neveo. And as you are walking back to the road, again, serene night, nice and quiet. Takes you can walk a little faster now. And when I said a mile and a half, I was a little bit wrong. I didn't do the math in my head very well. Walking around 4 to 5 miles an hour, you have an hour, you're about 4 or 5 miles out of town. Crazy how easy that math was, and I didn't do it. So you got about that to walk, but you can walk a bit faster now, obviously. So it's not going to take you quite an hour to get back.
Lovely weather we're having tonight.
It is. So how did you get involved with, adventuring, this whole thing?
Oh, my father was an adventurer. He trained me up to be a paladin, but he said you can only learn so much from training. So he told me I needed to find my people, and now I'm here.
Cool.
What about you?
Learned the family business. It's kind of what I do.
Your family's also adventurers?
Well, no, we are Goliath, but I learned I am very good at fighting things, and I have good instinct for stopping threats.
I agree.
Thank you. So, yeah, family trained me. I learned the rune knight thing. It is the battle magic of Goliath. In this particular case, I used runes of my people and wanted to see the world. So adventuring just felt like the right step. So here I am.
Here you are.
It worked out so far.
Yeah, I see that. So, how many people are in your family? Is it like a big family, or is it like a tribe, or?
We have the big tribe. My my mother is the clan leader, and she's pretty great. Yeah.
Wow. So you're pretty high up there.
Oh no, it is it does not go through children. It is merit based.
Oh,
I am not the right leader for clan, and that is good.
well, you have us now.
Exactly. It means I do my own thing. I am not beholden. Fine with me.
No, I agree. And I'm glad we have you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. This a sad thing that happened to these kids, and
Yeah,
we will find them for Siobhan.
absolutely.
Her mother was very important to me.
I'm so sorry. How close were you?
She helped train.
Oh, well, I guess having an emotional connection strengthens one in their resolve to find culprits and deal justice.
Exactly.
And we will smash their heads in, the people who are responsible for this, into the dirt.
Yes, we will.
Big stomps. Maybe a few stabs.
As you all have been walking towards town, as you begin coming up on it, you see the same sign you had walked by on your way out. Simple. Welcome to the town of Navoa. And you see Splitstone's Tavern and the horses and the town beginning to come up into the clearing at the base of these mountains. And right as you're walking up, you just pass the city sign. You kind of hear a crackling of energy behind you right as you pass that sign.
Oh, did you feel that?
I did.
I turn around.
Right as you turn around, that crackling erupts into a very quick and like crack of almost like thunder, similarly. And with a very quick, small flash of light, there's suddenly a man who just teleported there. He looks old. He's wearing like wizard's robes. He has this kind of long, unkept white beard that's has a couple like braids and beads in it, but he doesn't look tribal and he's kind of disheveled. But he's got the smile on his face, and he's got crow's feet at the edges of his eyes. His hair is kind of kept back into a very loose and not well kept ponytail, but very small amount of hair coming out of it. It's not like a very extremely long by any means. He's wearing sandals on his feet, and he has a staff that's made of driftwood. That's what it looks like.
Maeve automatically puts her hand to her weapons. She doesn't draw them, but she has them ready to draw in case of threats, as in a random man suddenly appearing out of nowhere.
Oh, no, by all means. No, I'm no threat. Tally-ho, welcome. Well, not welcome. I'm welcome. Hello. Interesting to be back here in Navajo. Hello. I'm so sorry. Professor Dashiell Oxenbrigg. I didn't expect to meet anybody right there. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Who are you?
Professor Dashiell Oxenbrigg is what I heard.
Professor Dashiell Oxenbrigg, yes, at your service.
How do you spell that? So I can take this for my notes. Thalira would not ask that question.
Dashiel.
Cool. I guessed correctly.
And then, yes, and the last name is Oxenbrigg.
Cool. Thank you.
What is your business here?
Oh, well, I was coming from Orlanis. I was just at Orlanis, and I figured there was some research I needed to do here as well, given some information that I had just discovered thanks to one of my students, and I just needed to act quickly. I will give it everything. Quite the breakthrough we've had in our research recently, given the Misty Wood and everything that's been occurring.
Yes, we were going to be traveling to Orlanis. We are investigating the missing children. What have you heard?
Oh, yes, the missing children. Yes, exactly. That's part of what I'm here for. Although I will admit that I'm not as concerned about them and more about the natural implications of what is happening. But yes, there's quite some interesting things given the Mistborn and their connections to the primordial plane and the so-called ritual that apparently could have went down in the wood. But we've had quite a breakthrough given some of my students' research that he had when adventuring there on our research trip, and some of my own findings from my trips along the world. I recently actually just came back from Beautrage, with some fascinating findings in the evidence. I'm rambling.
No. I think there are
well,
some
it could be,
people that
right,
you will
but-
need to
but,
talk to, but they are at the apothecaries right now.
Well, I mean, it is quite late at night. I was actually just going ahead and getting my travel out of the way and going to Bartok's Inn to get a room for the
That
night.
is,
I wasn't
yes,
going
good
to-
idea. We can head back that way. What is connection to primordial? Wait, don't tell me. I will not understand. Wait for Kaldin, and maybe tell Maeve. Maeve will understand.
Who is Cal? Oh, okay. Well, I got ahead of myself during the introductions. I'm so sorry. What? Sorry of me. What are your names?
Oh, I am Thalira. Thalira Grimstone Eku'Lanathi. My family calls me Grimstone. You can call me Thalira. That's what most people call me.
Oh, you must be from the mountainside of Troth.
Yes, that
correct?
is exactly it.
Oh, yes, I've done some time over in the mountains there. It's quite a beautiful country, I must say. I'm interested that you are here, although I will say these mountains a bit smaller, but you must feel somewhat at home here.
Yes.
Anyway, again, I'm so sorry. You can stop me when I ramble. I do it quite a bit. And Maeve, I believe is what you said your
I
name
am Maeve
was.
Strongheart. So you had some important reason you are here right now?
Yes, quite a bit. Yes, I've furthering my research and we had breakthrough, and it has implications that are quite vast, potentially, and I'm just trying to get ahead of it. But either way, yes, you had mentioned taverns right there. You had mentioned the apothecary. Are you talking about the herbalist or the apothecary? I know they get mixed up sometimes here. It's been quite some time. I've only been here one time.
One of them is nice, and the one of them is a...
Oh, she's a real bitch.
I was going to say a frigid bitch, and yes.
Yes, that's no. If there's anything I remember about Nevaeh is, oh man, she leaves quite an impression. Unfortunately, I do think she is the smartest in town, which is really just unfortunate. I hate when people let their education think them better. But anyway, let's go to Bartok's Inn. I must get some sleep. It's been quite a night.
Sure.
Right, yes. We should...
Well, I'm going. You don't have to go. I'm going.
Right. Yeah. Have a good night. We will talk to you in the morning. I am very interested to hear if you have spoken to Siobhan and what she might have said.
Yes, I was just with her, actually. That's where I came from. Quite a lovely lady, I must say, although she is such goal-driven. It's quite impressive, to be honest.
Yes. Yes, she is. We grew up together, sort of. So, old friend.
Oh, interesting. I believe I'm getting ahead of myself again. What is your role in all of this? You say you're interested in the Misty Wood as well?
Yes, we are with the guild, and we were sent here to investigate the missing children. The things happened here too, and I know Siobhan lost her daughter to the mist. So...
Well, you would be happy to know. She didn't. She has her daughter, in a way. So she's not exactly lost.
Okay.
Thalira blinks. How?
Well, it's a bit hard to. He kind of like squints his eyes and looks at you. How much do you know about the ethereal plane and the way souls travel to the afterlife?
Well, we know about the primordial
How
plane.
much would she know? Like, what are the Goliath? She would understand it as the Goliath understand it.
Well, frankly, most of what I have for the Goliaths, I've worked on with you in making Thalira, and then obviously where they're from, and the fact that they, a bit more, not necessarily tribal, but they're not necessarily city folk, right? So I would open the opportunity for you, if you want it, for you to tell me what maybe some of their traditions are as far as death and afterlife are.
Okay. I don't think that they necessarily discount the other gods or the modern gods. I will say I have always pictured her thinking more in terms of the elements. Thinking like primordial planes, if she can expand her view to thinking of these as extra planes, that is a quick jump for her, because she understands things in elemental nature.
Kind of rejoining into the natural magic.
Yeah, exactly. So when Professor Oxenbrigg asks about her understanding of the ethereal plane and the afterlife, what she'll say, for us, we understand a connection between this world, Ae'oene, our nature, the earth, the ground, and the other elements, water, fire, air. And when you die, you lose your tether to that. It is untethered. But it is not aimless. It is a new existence, and we call it the eternal hunting ground, the land. It is new home. And we know we can come back because we have seen warriors be revived. So there is some tether, but it is also time-based.
I see. Well, I did not know that about some of the Goliath tribes and their beliefs, but given what you've just told me, a good explanation for you. You could consider that Siobhan's daughter, soul on the journey of untethering to the eternal hunting ground. Siobhan managed to snatch her soul before it could get there, and is just kind of holding on to it for now. Until she can figure out how to bring her back fully.
That is almost necromancy.
Borderline, you know, there's a fine line to walk there, and depending on where you're at in the world, it could be looked down upon or not. But I prefer to think it more as a stalled death.
That is
Unnatural.
I'm not. How did she do it?
My student, actually. I had a bit with that. You can see into the ethereal plane next to. It's a whole thing. We'll not get into that right now, but it is good news. She does have her daughter's soul, so there's a chance that she can be brought back, which is fantastic. Like I said, goal-driven. That is her goal right now.
It is not. I mean, the soul is untethered to the body, but it is not in the hunt. She is not crossed.
It's a bit of a weird middle ground, yes. It's
But
it's quite interesting.
Huh. I need to talk to Siobhan.
I can see this is kind of breaking your brain a little bit. I wouldn't get too worried about it. She's going to get it figured out. I've offered to help a bit. I have a lot of connections at the University of Qdorm. I'm going to be sending her some resources to help with her investigation on how to kind of fix the issue. But in the meantime,
I will give you a note to give to her when you send. We'll do in the morning. It will take me time to write.
Of course. Yes. I don't know if I'm going to be stopping back by there, but if I do, I'll make sure to give it to her. We'll see. It depends on what happens here in Nevaeh. But she did give me some information regarding the Wiswan and the ritual they attempted to do, and I believe actually successfully may have pulled off. But it has created a lot of instability with the natural magics of the world and its connection to the primordial plane, causing rifts and potential problems worldwide. I'm trying to gain some more information here and maybe see exactly maybe how they pulled the ritual off, because if it didn't get pulled off, I don't know why these things would be happening. Well, you've been here, and if I see now the guild's involved, that's a good thing, I would say. Do you know if any children are missing this year from Nevaeh?
Thalira is still blinking, trying to catch up to everything he just said.
I know you said words.
Was I speaking? Was I rambling? Did I say too much? I have a bad habit of that. My students get onto me all
I
the time.
think you know a lot about what's happening right now.
I know quite a bit. I research. I'm a conjuration professor, mind you. But I have a specific interest in my personal time. I tend to investigate a lot of natural beings and magics of the world. I'm specifically very obsessed with the Everstorm, and although I think maybe there's a connection somewhere, this has now taken my attention because of just the vast importance of it. You understand? I fell into the wayside for quite a bit of time.
Okay.
I kind of got into a
Okay.
stopping. Yes, sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you just said you're a conjuration professor, correct?
Yes.
Well, I think we might have something that might be of interest of you. And if we show you, I feel like on the way you can tell us a little bit more about what you know about what's happening, if you have the time right now.
It is about an hour away. It is far.
It is a little far, but I'm sure it's of great interest to you.
He pulls out a timepiece, which is really rare, for the record. Timekeeping devices aren't like a super common thing. Most people just rely on the very easy to see sun and moons. So he pulls out a timepiece and well, it is getting quite late. I do need to get some sleep. He kind of looks back and forth a few times. You have piqued my interest, I must say.
I think we found a portal to primordial plane of fire?
Oh, interesting. I've heard a couple of reports of fire elementals in Etrotar, which is so rare. So there's a rift nearby.
Yes.
Do those close?
Rifts happen, generally, travel to the primordial plane since quite a far time back in history has been a bit more difficult. It used to be quite an easy thing to do between the worlds when we were a bit more connected to our elements. But
Can you close it?
No, it's.
Can you close it?
Huh? Well, I should be able to do that. Yes.
Perfect. We shall lead you to it because it is on a main road. My comrade Thalira built it a beautiful house.
Oh, yes, quite smart main road. People could travel right into that.
Well,
That's
no.
why I built it the house.
That's why we built the house.
Well, that's good. Generally, if they close and you are like halfway in it, it's quite a gruesome sight. So
It could have been very
uneducated
gruesome,
people
Maeve.
would not.
Yes. Luckily, it wasn't.
I would have been left with your arse, and your head would have been stuck in the primordial plane of fire.
I'm sure there's a lot of jokes to make about that, but now's not the time.
I see. I must have. I think I stepped into a bit of a personal inside. Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyway, it's a good thing you did that. Well, let's get going. You've piqued my interest, to be honest. I haven't been to the primordial plane in some time, so I wouldn't mind peeking in a bit myself. But I can generally tell if they're becoming unstable or not. We'll give it a look. It's crazy that one opened here. I've seen a couple of reports come across my desk of things happening recently, but it's been upticking since the new year and since the summer solstice. Specifically, since the Mistborn ritual, I do believe that has a big part to play here on the uptick of the unstableness of the elements. Anyway, yes. As we walk, we'll walk
and talk. We also found one on a boat, which was exciting. No.
A rift on a boat?
We thought
it moved with you?
A big, fire elemental thing on a ship in the ocean.
Oh, wow. I did not hear that. That must have just recently happened.
It was
very
recent.
Like yesterday.
How? Like you say a big elemental, like would you say like a grand or like a supreme?
I don't know the difference, but Thalira,
it was bigger than me when I was big.
Yes.
I see what you mean. Yes, that is quite strange to have a fire elemental in each hotel, let alone on the ocean. Oh my goodness.
And he has no frame of reference for Thalira saying when she was big, because she already is big.
Right. I will say, when you said that, he seemed to register,
Okay.
probably knowing what you meant. He based off what he's been saying so far and he's well traveled.
Okay. Cool.
So he's I mean, that's quite worrying, to be honest. It seems it may be getting worse than I thought originally. Now I need to hurry up. Well, let's be off. Let's hurry up.
Tally-ho.
As he begins walking at a swift pace.
Do you like breakfast?
I mean, yes, I do. I do quite enjoy a good meal in the beginning of the day.
Well, after we don't get cut in half and fix this rift, we should all meet up for breakfast tomorrow, and you can meet our other comrades. And then I feel like they would really appreciate you delving more into this Mistborn and ritual that you've been talking about.
Yes. While we're walking, by all means, I'd be happy to inform you a bit on what we've been working on. You see, with some of the research I've been doing, outside of the Everstorm, mind you, although I do, again, think it may be connected, I've spent quite a bit of time, spending time with the druid circles on this planet of Ae'oene, the different members of the Eku'Lanathi and things of that nature, and a lot of their history has been lost to time, but they had such a strong connection to the primordial plane and the natural magic, specifically the old primordial entities that were the original gods of this earth. Not many people know that. It's been lost to time. And by all means, they don't exist anymore, at least not to our knowledge. They've disappeared for some reason that's lost to time. But since then, the connection to the primordial plane has been weaker and weaker, and kind of stagnated for most of history, until recently. And as the elements and our connections to them have become unstable, you see, on the primordial plane, it's a mirrored image of Ae'oene, the material plane. And each region that we know, which there's some underneath connection here, I think, with the people and humanity of Ae'oene, because we have somehow managed to separate our continents and our countries into the same regions of the primordial plane as they are separated by elements. It's quite fascinating, actually. A bit like, for instance, Nitro Tare, as a country and continent together, on Ae'oene is a formal collection of people. In the primordial plane, it is the element of water. Same with Vior, being the element of fire. It's almost as if the natural magics in our connection to the primordial plane are foundational to our very being here on Ae'oene. And it worries me that they're becoming so unstable and what that might lead to, knowing those implications. It's quite fascinating, actually. What worries me is some of the things I found, looking through the history of the Druids when I was allowed in and able to read some of their books. It's quite difficult to get in. They're not very trusting and hard to find, I must say. At least some of them, specifically one in 12th. It's like known as the Hidden Moving Mountain. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to bore you with the details right now, but some of the things there used to be before the split happened, a lot of lost history, but there seemed to have been some sort of tool or what would you say? I don't know exactly how to describe it. Even with my vast knowledge, it's they didn't even have. I couldn't even find the word for it in a lot of their books.
Sword.
No sword, no artifact of that sort. Although an artifact as a word could be used, actually, that would be a good one. They had some sort of artifact or tool that would help stabilize the elements, keep them in tune with the world, and help the connection between the two. And there's no mention of them after the split. And even knowledge of them seems to have been lost from the generations. It's almost as if they don't exist anymore or are gone. And it makes me wonder if that might be a leading cause for the slow unstabilization of the elements in our connection to the primordial plane. As time has gone on since the split, things seem to be unraveling. And it seems in the past few weeks, it's been accelerated.
Oh, okay. So you could say it's destabilizing.
See what you did there.
Yes.
Yes, that would be another word for it, yes. So part of our a few of my students have been helping me, but my research has been trying to locate these tools or artifacts, I guess you could call them. There was one mention in one of the Druidic Circle's oldest books. There was one mention of a word, and it was in a passage about some of these things, but didn't directly. Words were lost on the page as well. But there was a word called Karthiata. And I do wonder if maybe that is what these tools were called. But there's nothing that I have found that is enough to solidify that.
Would that word be similar to anything for Thalira in Giant?
That is a great question. I would say, yeah, probably. That would probably be very similar, at least to you. It'd be similar to the word prison, a word meaning prison.
It sounds a lot like a giant word for prison.
We'll say in Giant, Karchadai, meaning quite literally prisons.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be the word that it reminds you of. So yes, it makes me wonder if maybe that's the word. But going through, it's interesting when I look at related languages. For instance, in Giant, Karchadai is similar, and when you go through the histories of the Giant people and their connections to the Druidic groups, the word means prisons. And while Karthiata is a bit different, and it could have a similar but different meaning, it confuses me. Especially with also the primordial deities no longer being around, as well as that word meaning prisons, it leads me to some interesting conclusions. Give me a moment, as my dogs are just having a storm barking at somebody outside. Okay, I think we might be good. It's quite, but the conclusions I can come to are just, I have no evidence of anything for the conclusions that I would come to, given that meaning of the word. So it's quite perplexing. You can see why I've been so interested in it, and now, given what's happening with the elements across the world, it's just a clue on my board that is off by itself with no strings attached, and I can't quite figure out where it fits. So, but given the Mistborn and their recent, I would say, for quite over 1,000 years since the split, it seems, given their yearly ritual and the needing of children for their most likely purity, I can tell they're not super educated beings, because it took them 1,200 years to figure out that they must have needed more energy, more purity, pure energy from these children to pull off the ritual they've been trying to do for 1,200 years, although maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't quite know everything about them, mind you, but it seems that the ritual this year, given talking with Siobhan and my student, they had limited knowledge, but supposedly it was like an increased potency of their past ones to try to make it permanent, so they didn't have to keep doing the yearly whatever they did on the summer solstices. And it seems to have been successful, even though they were told that they would need 5 children, and Siobhan still has the soul of her daughter. It makes me wonder if there's a child missing from Neveo this year as a backup.
I guess we should find that out.
No, we learned there wasn't a missing child from Neveo this year, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think there is, but what if, because there wasn't that 5th child, maybe that's the reason why everything's becoming a bit not stable, unstable.
We can't name drop the name of the campaign until we have all of us here.
I just forgot how to say it.
We have to have all of us here before we name drop the campaign.
Like, how do I English?
It's a rule. I am making this rule.
See, that's why we only name dropped half of it.
Well, so it makes me think that maybe Neveo lost a child, because otherwise they would not have been able to get through their ritual, at least according to the information I have, which is limited. The thing that makes me wonder is the Mistborn are traditionally from the primordial plane. Actually, from this area's mirrored location in the primordial plane. And they still exist over there as well, from some of the recent research that we've done. So it makes me wonder what they were trying to do. Either they were trying to go home or solidify their being here on the material plane. Because they are very magically intertwined beings. They need the natural magics to exist because they are incorporeal to a degree. And they are quite literally made of an element, although not quite considered an elemental themselves. It's an interesting middle ground to exist in, mind you. So if they were trying to return home, it'd be easier to just plane shift, which I would think, being so intertwined with magic, surely one of their group could maybe pull that off for at least a few of them, and over time would be able to get. So it makes me think they were trying to stay here and to break their connection to the primordial plane. And what I worry is how intertwined they are to the natural magics between the two, is in breaking their connection to the primordial plane, they broke more.
That tends to happen when you break things.
Indeed, especially when you're dealing with magics you're not super educated on, and you're essentially going at a wound with a cleaver.
That would be why Little Light wanted to go back.
Little Light, are you talking about a fire elemental of some sort?
A little, looked like a little candle flame, almost. And we followed.
Oh, you must have ran into a fire sprite.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't know what it was. It was a little light, and we
see.
followed it. That's how we found the portal, or the rift.
And then we
This
built
makes
the
sense. If
home.
it was transported here to the material plane, unwillingly, it is going to be drawn to the connection of its home. Back to the primordial plane, where it is more stable, as the elements in the primordial plane still are. They are becoming more unstable, just like they are here, but they are more stable given that is the foundation of the element.
That explains why it kind of burned the shit out of me when I saw it moving to this crackly, weird place, and I didn't want it to get hurt.
You touched it.
I touched it.
Oh, you touched it. Oh, my, no wonder. Here, what? Give me your hand. Give me your hands. And he finally notices it, and he like, he says a couple words, and your hand begins to glow, and it heals.
Yeah, let's not tell Kaladin you touched the fire.
I knew it was fire. I knew it would burn, and I've had worse.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying you're injured or had any. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying is we won't tell Kaladin because he has said multiple times not to touch fire. I feel like he would just do the head shaky and be like, "See, I
knew the
you
consequences long before I touched the fire.
How
I am
many
not
times?
Completely hopeless.
How many times do I have to tell you to not touch fire?"
Give me, roll me a performance check real quick. Let's see how good the impression is.
Oh, now it's probably going to be terrible, but give me 2 seconds. Performance. 10. It was average.
Yep.
I rolled a 4.
She sounds like Kaldin at times.
I hit that one note of Kaldin's like 3 times.
Yeah, like some of the words sound like Kaldin, but you wouldn't be able to convince anybody type of deal.
You get the reference.
But yes, it is a good enough to understand the reference. That's for sure. As you all continue down this path, Professor Oxenbrigg, after a bit of, the small talk and talking about these things for a bit, he begins to just kind of ramble under his breath, kind of following behind you guys as you lead. And you just kind of, you can see he's just talking through things in his head, but he has to do it out loud for some reason. So he's just muttering and rambling under his breath about different things and kind of working through all this like it's a math question. So, but as you all continue, an hour goes by, you come up, and sure enough, there is a circle of logs in the middle of the road. Oh, this is the house you were talking about.
Yes.
Quite effective, I must say. It's
Thank you.
Impressive.
I told you I didn't want anyone going through it. It would be very bad if a card were to suddenly, boop out of existence here. They'd be very confused.
Thalira has a backup profession now.
She does. She'd probably fit in very well here in Neveo. Or Armas, for that matter. They're both level towns. Impressive. Well, would you do me a favor, Thalira? Would you graciously remove a few of your logs so I could dig a few here at the rift?
She cracks her knuckles in front of her and cracks her neck, like limbers up her shoulders and goes, of course. And she hugs a log and like squats down, hugs a log, and stands up, pulling the log out.
Just yeah. Given the area, it rains quite a bit here, right? So like the ground is generally, it's not like dry dirt, So there's even like sections that would be a little muddy. So I can imagine as you're pulling stuff, you just hear the vacuum suction.
That's exactly what I imagined.
Rennie, when you listen back to this, I'm sorry for the mouth noises. Oh man, that's great. That's great. You remove the one, and he's just kind of watching you. He kind of like nod his head. I'll never. The strength of a giant just always impresses me every time. Anyway, he kind of peeks through. Oh yes, look at that. It's quite a healthy rift here. You said this goes to what element?
Fire.
Fire.
Oh, interesting. Most rifts will take you to the exact mirrored location, and this one seems to take you to a different location. The primordial plane, that is perplexing.
Have you heard of a forest that is flaming but not burning?
Oh, yes. So here now, Ae'oene, if any of you have traveled to Vior, there's the great forest of Nuna. It's one of the oldest forests on our planet. Well, the mirrored version of it in the primordial plane still exists. It's just on fire. Yes, it doesn't seem to consume the forest, and I'm assuming everything as you brought it up, I must be on the other side here.
Yes.
But yes, the fire there does not consume it, as it is not a natural fire. Where it is consuming an energy source of some sort. The fires there are magical, and the foundational element of fire. Well, natural fire can still very much exist over there, so be careful. You can actually catch those trees on fire there. It's just that the fire that is ever burning does not consume its energy source.
So, oh no, that hurts. I can't. No,
okay.
no.
It is quite a conundrum.
I believe in you.
Yes, indeed, it is quite a conundrum. I understand the confusion. Yes, I do. It's quite interesting, actually. The world's so surrounded by fire, and you can actually, the Twin Rivers, from here and Ae'oene also exist there. Again, it's a mirrored physical location. And what's wild, you can swim in those rivers. They're cool.
That would be nice. It was very warm there.
Indeed, it's so refreshing.
See, I knew we should have just gone in.
No, you do not. No, if you don't have the ability to plane shift, do not go into the primordial plane. Like I said, it is difficult to travel between nowadays. Well, it still happens. The Eku'Lanathi, that are native to the land and that exist here. I'm sure you've all met some. They're just generally the Eku'Lanathi that are on this plane of existence, on the material plane, generally have come from families that have existed here for quite some time. New members generally don't travel between very often anymore because it's so taxing to the arcanely gifted.
How did I go in and out so easily?
Well, there's a rift between in the space between the two planes, you understand? The mirrored planes are intrinsically connected to the material plane of Ae'oene. They are connected. They cannot exist one without the other. It's quite interesting, actually. I'm not going to get into the connection. That would be more like teaching one of my classes. Essentially, a window has opened between the two, which has allowed you to travel between them. It's a rift in space, quite literally.
Okay.
Now, they generally can only hold themselves together for a certain amount of time. They become unstable and tear themselves apart. Or you can purposefully open and close them, like I will show you in a moment.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, I am quite taxed for the day already, so it will take me a bit of time. I'm going to have to ritually close it rather than use my own energy. But in the meantime, this looks healthy, and I don't think I'm in any danger. Let me just peek through for a moment just to confirm some things. And he indeed goes in, and no rope or anything. He just sticks his head in and is looking around, and you just hear the hissing sound.
He went in ropeless.
He went in ropeless. He goes ahead and pops out. I'll be just one moment. And he goes ahead and crawls all the way in.
I hope he comes back.
Gets really quiet for a moment.
Thalira is watching the rift. She's just like staring at it.
Just silence.
Blink, blink.
Hear a cricket in the distance. And then he pops his head through.
The cricket.
And, hello. Yes, no, this is quite fascinating. The fact that we could be here near Tartarian and up in the Feorian region of the primordial plane. I could not believe it. If you don't mind giving me maybe 10 minutes or so, I would like to investigate this rift and see the difference between this and the ones I can create. For it is fascinating, the distance it's traveled.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, yes. I'll just be 10 minutes.
Okay.
He takes his head back out.
We should have brought food.
Oh, I have food. And she
Oh, you have food?
she has a little pocket with some snacks. I keep some of my rations not in my backpack, but in like a little side pouch.
So, you just sit down on like a little stone and
Deer
snack
jerky.
on some food. Oh, I love jerky. I like the one with the flavored with the salt and the spices.
About 10 minutes or so goes by. And this time he actually like fully crawls back through as like it kind of scares you as you suddenly just as the hissing just happens in a moment. And he steps on through. Well, that's quite interesting. The arcane signature of this is not just, I mean, it is all conjuration, obviously, but it's the signature of it almost has a flavor almost of teleportation to it as well, of plane shifting. The mixture of the two magics it's next level. It's something that I would only hope to achieve in my lifetime, and to see it naturally happening on its own. Oh God! It also tells me that the destabilization is much further along than I think I must have originally thought of. Anyway, yes, if you could give me some more time, I'm going to go ahead and close the rift. I'm going to do it ritualistically. Do you all mind? I am worried to use the power source of Ae'one's natural magics that I normally would use for a ritual such as this nature. Do you all mind if I draw on some of your own locks of magic, of arcane energy?
I guess that is okay if it's for the greater good.
Does Thalira understand the implications of that?
Probably not. You would probably have to understand how magic circles work to understand what he's saying.
Yeah, she doesn't.
He kind of sees you with just this confused look on your face. You're just going to be a little more tired than you would. My magic circle has to draw on a power source to power the circuitry of the circle. And normally, I would draw on, for a magic of this sort, I would draw on the natural magics of Ae'oene from its arcane engines. But given the destabilization of similar magics, I would feel more comfortable using a more locally sourced. I could draw on divine magic as well, but the mixture of the two doesn't always. There can be certain implications to that as well. So I generally will draw upon myself, but I'm already very tired. If you all don't mind helping me here, I would just draw on some of your energy.
Yeah, that is fine.
Okay, I very much appreciate it.
I will
He begins
go
drawing.
back to the inn and take a nap.
That is my plan as well. I'm quite tired. Oh man, it's getting quite late. But anyway, and he takes a step back, and in the opening that you made, right outside of it, he draws this very he takes his staff and starts drawing this very large circle into the dirt of a variety of different shapes. You see that it's one main circle and it has a very distinct shape within it. And there are overlapping circles, almost like a Venn diagram. And when I say circle, I say that loosely, where it's a magic circle, but they have distinct shapes. Maybe this one might be the one that I have. I think it's 2 pentagrams that are overlapping inside of a circle. And then he also overlaps, I think for this level, it would be 2 other circles in a Venn diagram kind of way. And you can see that he kind of draws almost like circuitry, drawing like circles in different spots and interlocking everything that goes through these circles, all coming out to the front. And at the very front of it, where he ends up having like almost like a pointer, points directly towards the rift. And at the very bottom of the first square, the original square, there's a spot, the little like rectangle that he stands in. And he points in the main circle. Off to the left, there's 2 circles within there. And he says, if you two could please stand in my component circles. Or sorry, no, those would be components. Sorry. He does place a few, like a thing of salt and like a rock that you don't recognize. And he points to the very center where there is a circle. If you two could stand in the power source sigil, if you two could stand in the power source sigil in the center, I would appreciate it. I have to stand here to guide the magic through the circuitry and out in its intended direction.
Can I just before we do that, because I have trust issues, can I appreciate please deception check or whatever it will be to make sure he's
Thank
not,
you.
like,
It was driving
going
me
to
crazy
kill
that
us.
nobody had, but Thalira wouldn't. She is not smart enough.
So you want to insight check him?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, go for it.
Just because 15.
Yeah, I had that thought, like, as he's drawing this, I'm like, why? Please, somebody insight, please, somebody insight, please.
Why are we
insight.
just
Why are we
trusting this dude we
this
just
guy? Why are
met?
we just trusting this guy?
I'm just really.
Yeah, no,
I'm
with a
just like-
15,
He just keeps
From what-
talking. I'm just like.
he
Sure.
talks a lot. This is one of my favorite NPCs I've ever made. But with a 15, from what you can tell, this dude's an open book. Like, he doesn't seem to be trying to hide anything. Like, he rambles and talks, and everything that comes out of his mouth seems to be like there's no filter from his brain. So yeah, I mean, he seems genuine.
Okay. I think we can trust him.
I mean, it's kind of late now.
Yes.
As you step in, please mind, don't step on any of the lines I've drawn. It could affect the
Okay.
ritual.
I tiptoe. I can't speak for you though.
Yeah, Thalira is
I
very
can just
careful.
imagine Thalira like tiptoeing like a little ballerina.
As you step in, the first step in, the lines directly in the sigil that you're stepping into start to glow. And given this is a conjuration, it glows orange. And as Thalira steps in after you, it glows brighter. Oh, yes, I do believe that's going to be quite enough energy. Here we go. And you see that he kind of starts to reach out he uses his staff essentially, and he reaches out towards you all, and kind of literally as he's literally guiding the magic energy out from your little circle, and it starts to fill in the lines of the circuitry of this magic circle as eventually the entire thing is glowing. And he closes his eyes for a moment, and you all can't see it because it's not a visible spectrum that is emitting from this as far as the magic actually working. But sure enough, as you're watching this kind of wavy glitch in space, the rift kind of sparks and then just gone. Just like that. And then the ritual circle seems to power down as all the lights dim and fade. Well, I do, and you all do feel a little bit more tired. Not like exhaustion level, mind you, but it'd be like having used, if you had, actually, Thalira, do you have any spell slots?
I don't have spell slots, but I could use one of my embiggening resources.
Embiggening resources?
My I was blanking out on the
In big.
Giant's Might.
Using every runes. Does that uses a rune, correct?
Yes. It's
okay. That
Rune Knight, Giant's Might, if you're smaller than large. This is just one of the Rune Knight class features. It's not a specific rune.
right. Okay, so it's just drawing on yourself and and you don't use a rune specifically.
Exactly.
Okay, that changes it. Okay, because I say a rune does not use your power. So, okay, so yeah, that would work if you want to use that.
Sure.
I say if you don't have anything to use, then I would have you roll to see if you take a level of exhaustion. But I do know, Maeve, you have a spell slot, so if you could take away not a first level, but like a second or third level spell slot.
Boo.
All right. Well, as you can see, that's how they're close. You just use a ritual circle of conjuration to I altered the circuitry slightly and essentially used a plane shift spell backwards.
Oh.
Not everybody could probably do that, but it's essentially what I did.
How very informative of you.
Indeed. Anyway,
Yeah, I have no idea how you would have done that, so good thinking.
Yeah.
Indeed. We can just leave the circle. It's in dirt. It'll go away on its own.
I will help with the rest of the logs and make sure
I was about to
can
say, you just want to leave the logs.
get through.
Well, we had the log. You might want to remove the log. Frankly, I'll be honest, I don't really care what you do. You can get rid of them or not. It is no implication to me. But I appreciate you showing me this. It's fascinating and learned quite a few things here. And it sounds like we have maybe some business together here in Nevaeh, considering the guild's now involved. So,
Breakfast.
I'm going to head back. And I will see you all in the morning.
Sounds like a good plan.
We will see.
As Thalira squats down and with another log and just chucks it.
Hear it like 15 more times.
Into the woods, yeah.
Maeve will just try to help with one and like fucking fail miserably.
Well, it was fancy meeting you all, and you have a good rest of your night. Tally ho! As he begins walking off.
Tally ho.
All right.
I want to roll a strength check to see if I'm able to at least assist with one.
Okay, yeah. See what you got.
I want to like help, even though I know it's probably not going to help at all. Strength. Let me roll it. Okay, I rolled an 11. How
11.
much do I fail at this?
So you begin to like try to pick it up and realize like it's just not gonna happen. You kind of try to push it out, and like instead of being straight up, you get it to like here before you run out of energy and it stops. it angles slightly.
Oh no! I'm gonna. Yeah, no.
Oh, you loosened it
I
up
just
for
rolled an
me. Thank
acrobatics.
you.
Yes. I thought it looked really tough, so I thought I'd loosen it for you.
That one distinctly does not make the suction noise quite as loud.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm helping.
Woo! You all are able to get the rest of those out, discard them to the side, and then you all head back to town?
Yeah.
We are bonding over wood.
All right, as it takes you another about hour to get back, as you are walking up the city sign for the town of Nevaeh, Bartok's Split Stump Tavern comes into view as you're walking up. You're still too far away to... I mean, you could probably yell and they might be able to hear you, but they round the corner just as you are kind of walking up to that sign area. So there's still some distance away, but you can see them. As Kaldin and Jellen round the corner of Bartok's tavern and begin to open the door. And from this distance, you can see they look fine, except that Jellen looks slightly bloody and bruised. But other than that, they look fine.
I think Kaldin protected Jellen.
So
And
I hope the audience is enjoying this moment right here with me because at this point they've listened to last week's episode or other week's episode and y'all haven't. So this is great.
I'm sure whatever happened that they dealt with it in just, and if they haven't, I'm sure we will step in. Hopefully they got the information, and we should probably tend to our healer's bruises.
yeah, let's go see what happened.
Okay.
But Thalira looks
Right.
visibly relieved.
Aww.
The tension in the shoulders.
Yeah.
Relax. Very nice. I think on that note, I think that's a good place to stop.
All right.
Yay.
So, audience, I hope you enjoyed the episode.
I had fun.
And in 2 weeks for the next episode, we'll finally have everybody back together.
Yay!
Woo!
As the split party will be split no more, but you will be in Split Stump Tavern. Thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you for the continued support on all of our podcast platforms. Make sure to follow us on all the socials. You can look down in the episode description to get the link tree for all of our stuff, as well as thank you to Sentic for our graphics, Dominic for our editing, and Eyes on the Moon Studios for our intro and outro music.
Yeah!
You guys are amazing.
Thank you!
Thank you.
Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time.
We dedicate this episode to Snickers, the most affectionate goblin kitty who sadly passed on August 17th at 15 years old. The house is too quiet without you screaming for snacks, trying to eat plastic, or snoring like a perfect little chainsaw. We love you forever. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.